Hey guys, how you doing? This is Manga, etc. and I'm here today to bring you a review for One Piece Manga Chapter 1055. Now, this chapter kind of has 3 points of focus, but there's really just two major focus points. And the focus points are Green Bull versus Momo and his boys, Robin and Trafalgar Law and Odin's daddy, and everything in that area, and then you can squash in a third and fourth part, if you will, which will be like the appearance of Shanks and everything he does within the chapter, and then the appearance of Luffy and a few members of his crew at the very end of the chapter. But like I said, the two major focus are Robin and Trafalgar stuff and Greenbow stuff. So first and foremost, I'm going to talk about the stuff that happens with Robin and Law, because I think that's pretty much the easiest thing to wrap up quickly. And that's basically a history lesson on Wano, where we found out there was an old Wano and we're currently on new Wano. But basically, I don't think we're going to be seeing Pluton anytime soon, which is a shame because we've heard about Pluton in the past, even after pre-time skip, and even now when we are so close, literally with Pluton, I don't think we're going to see it, because we are told in this chapter that in order to release Pluton into the world, you first need to open the borders of Wano. And I think because because of opening the borders of Wano involves releasing Pluton, I think that might tie into why Momo doesn't want to open the borders just yet. It's not time for Pluton, so I reckon we're going to see that later on. And yeah, I don't think the borders of Wano are going to be opened for that reason. That's why it's coming later. And yeah, I don't think we're going to see Pluton anytime soon. And that's pretty much everything I got to say about that bit of the chapter. Obviously, they saw a road polygraph beforehand, so Nico and Robin's got that information, and Law will have that information as well. I'm kind of interested to see where Law goes from here, because obviously the alliance was to take out one of the Kaido. Kaido now gone. How do they part ways from here? I'm interested to see how that turns out. So moving on to Green Ball stuff. So Momo and his boys versus Green Ball. We have Momo from last chapter as well saying that how he doesn't want Yamato to fight. He doesn't want to get the Straw Hats involved as well, because at the end of the damn day, he's got to be able to protect his land, and he doesn't want to be able always he doesn't want to be in a point where he's always relying on others to come up and save him, and that's why he's so adamant about not letting Yamato and the Straw Hats help him out in this current situation. One thing that caught my eye, and there's very same thing that happened within last chapter, where Green Bull is being betrayed. It's kind of hard to gauge, is Green Bull strong or is he weak? Because he does something which is fairly impressive, and then in the same chapter there's like a counterbalance to it. For example, within the last chapter we see him easily deal with the Momo and his boys, and that was in the last chapter. So it's easy scenes with Momo and his boys that made you kind of feel like he was strong. The only person that seemed to be able to hurt him was Yamato when she hopped in there, and that started off making him seem like he's strong. But as the chapter went on, I'm talking about last chapter still, we find out that Sabo and his boys were able to at least defeat him to a point where they was able to get Kuma out of there, which flip sides it, makes it weak. Within this chapter now, same thing, kind of. We see him easily deal with fire attacks, and now, forest fires. You'd think that fire would be a very good thing to hit him with. And now I know Momo's blast breath was able to do damage, and that's fire as well. So what's the difference in fire quality here as well? But he was able to come back from, I guess, simple fire attacks, which is impressive. We also learned via this bit of the chapter that cutting him not a good idea as well, because cutting him just makes him grow even more, kind of thing. He looks very impressive in these regards. But there's a flip side in this chapter. And that flip side was Shanks. Shanks flexes his conqueror's haki from, I don't know how far away he is, but he's not on one. He's not on one, and regardless of where he is, this is by far the greatest distance we have seen Conqueror's haki flexed and affect someone that far away in this chapter. So he flexes his haki, and Green Bull can feel it, and he's not happy about what he is feeling, and he says like, "Yo, I'm gonna back off." What? How hard are you flexing, Shanks, bro? You didn't even, you didn't, huh? You didn't even need to go onto the shores of Wano to get an admiral to retreat. Come on. What? That is some good, that's impressive. You didn't even need to, so that just makes me, I'm sorry, but that's a very bad portrayal for anyone. To be flexing so hard. I'm sorry, but that was not a good look for Green Bull. I'm sorry. But in regards to that, Shanks is flexing his haki, and to the point where he was probably like, I don't know, maybe he was just going wild with it. I was just thinking about the fact that even newbies on the crew were getting knocked out as well, but maybe he was just going wild with it and he wasn't flexing it in one direction. Maybe he was just having fun and just flexing it all over the place, and didn't really care about knocking out his crew, because at the end of the day it's just a knockout, and then they'll be able to get back up and they'll be a-okay. But yeah, that's everything I got to say about this chapter. A little history lesson and a little bit of flexing going on. But I do believe it only deserves a 3-star rating. And that goes, guys, I'm asking for your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, please guys, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Most importantly, take care. Have a nice day.